What? We started on the wrong camera here. Hey, how you? We're live. Ready to go. We're up top here, Scotty.
We're going.
We're live. It's Friday Night Flies.
Friday Night Flies. Scotty Holmes. We got Bryce in the house tonight. Showed up a little bit as Scotty was time. We got Big Bad Brad and Boulder's trying to buy a new hat. I don't know why.
Because he's a stud, dude.
Yeah, well.
Hey, you know what? It's because he's got such a pinhead that I had some old stocks here, and it's really hard for him to find hats. Equally as hard as for me to find hats.
Because you have a big head.
I have planet-sized hats or head. So I mean, it's got its own weather system.
Your head does.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. My hat size, I'm 7 3/8. Okay,
you're right
so
there. You're on the money.
I'm right on the money. Right on the money. Yeah, I'm right in the middle. I get any hat fits. Yeah, so we're tying up flies again tonight. Scotty did a nice job of an ant. I'm going to tie up a Black Biot Nymph. This is something I use pretty much everywhere. I don't usually start with the biots. They take a little bit more time to tie. I'll usually start with basically the same fly, but without the biots, and then if that's not working, then maybe I'll go to the biots. But I fish it on pretty much any river throughout BC. Anywhere I go, I'm gonna be throwing a black nymph. Throw the biots on there, a little bit more attraction, a little bit more sexy for the fish, and so it catches fish.
You know what else we got in the house tonight, Scotty? I've got some pictures from this last weekend.
Oh, yeah. We have, again, fishing video or fishing pictures from last week. Brad and I went out to Birkenhead Lake and absolutely killed it. We were the first guys on the lake.
You brought that 5-weight with you, and we put it to work.
Yeah, I brought my 5-weight, my 5-weight fly rod, and I was hoping, because we're going to Birkenhead Lake, there is still some top water action there, and I was thinking that maybe we'd be able to go out and cast and use it, but we started with it trolling.
The creeks still aren't moving.
Yeah, things are still, the rivers are still a little bit slow, and the action's not there yet.
This weekend's probably it's supposed to turn for the warm weather, and things are going to start happening.
But so what we did choose to do was we chose to troll a plug with a 2-ounce weight on a 5-weight fly rod. And we absolutely killed it. We
own that lake. Man.
Yeah, we own that lake. we caught 6 fish on that fly rod.
Oh, just that one fly rod.
On the fly rod. I think we caught 9 fish for the day, but we caught a couple pigs. Just absolutely beautiful bull trout. We'll start that, and then we'll get right to time. It's a quick fly. Yeah, some absolutely beautiful fish. We retrieved a whole bunch of somebody's fishing gear off of the lake.
Hey, we're looking at slabby things right now. We'll see what else we got here. There's Scotty Holt. Hey, you guys recognize that? There's Scotty there from Friday Night Flies. He's holding that big bull trout. He's grunting. Holding that piggy up. But we got lots of pictures here. If you guys want to watch the video, go to my YouTube channel. It's in the recent list. It's the very first video. We're plugging it. You'll see Scotty here. He kind of moans a little bit, holding that rod up, reeling these big piggies in. Anyhow, we're gonna carry on with the show tonight.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're up top, eh? Yeah, so we're gonna tie up a black nymph. Like I said, you fish it anywhere. I like black and silver is classically what I generally do is black. So anytime I'm using black, I'll use silver.
Okay, I want to take it down to the.
Okay, let's go. Yeah. If I was to use, if I was to go gold or green, then I would use gold. If I was going to go tan, I'd use gold.
Stick in the color spectrum.
Yeah, not to say that I don't tie black with gold. I do tie black with gold. I do tie black with copper also.
So I just need
but silver is my favorite color. Silver with a red collar just seems to do really, really well. So let's get at it. Let's get down and get this fly done. So there's what it looks like.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And you tie that in a few different colors too, right?
Yeah, I tie that in olive, tan, brown,
red.
And yeah, I mean,
early season red's hot. Man.
Yeah, and red, and I also tie it in black. I mean, I tie the same style. This is the similar style to what we were tying. Yeah, Czech style nymph. So let's get at her. That is a size 6 hook. We're going to tie it a little bit smaller. We're going to tie it on a size 8.
78 for years.
I prefer size 8. 6 is a little bit big for a lot of applications. It still comes in useful, but it's still a little bit big. So we're going to start off. We've got some spiky squirrel. Is going to be our dub. We're going to use for our rib. We're going to use a purple flexi-floss, and you could use black. This is where you could change things up. You could change your colors up. You could use red. You could use black. You could use purple. Those are the 3 colors that I use mostly with black. And then we're going to use a little bit of ice dub for the collar.
Sexy stuff. I love
and we're using whole. I prefer these, like a whole biot, whole goose biot over buying just the biots.
Oh, you go through it quick enough, man.
And you get better quality. You get better quality biots like that. Okay, so let's get at it. We're gonna throw, and we're also using some lead tape.
Change your 6.
I could use this. No. It doesn't really matter. There's enough room in the thorax to use it, but we're gonna use the lead tape. It makes a nice profile fly. So we'll get down there and start getting the lead on. I want to use the tape. It's a little bit tapered on this end down there. Tie our lead down. Last week I was calling it wire, and it was lead. It was lead wired or lead wire, and I was calling it just wire. So if you're anybody watching last week, it was lead that I was using. It wasn't just wire.
Are you coming out with us tonight, Scott?
I don't know. I mean,
we got room in the boat.
Spring fishing, eh?
Dude, we got chubbies for spring. For all you
everybody's got a chubby for.
Man, that's Chinook salmon.
Who doesn't want to catch them?
Yeah. They're just starting.
Who doesn't want to catch
up? We hit one, lost the damn thing, and all I was thinking about all day and all night today and last night was getting that damn thing and what we could have done to improve it. But I mean, they're just so big and so powerful. There's not much you can do. If they're gonna take your hook, they'll just take it.
He just broke off, didn't he, or what?
No, he just shook the hook. Like, you know, and there's nothing you can do about it because they can run at you so quick that you can't possibly gather your line that quick.
I hate that.
And they can run so fast away from you that you really can't deal with the drag, and they'll take your hook. I mean, it's if they really don't want to come to the boat and get their picture taken,
they're not coming.
They're not coming. I mean, plain and simple. I mean, it depends on what the fish is feeling like. If they feel like being a movie star, then they'll come to the boat. If they don't, they're not gonna come to the boat.
Okay, so all we're gonna do here is we're just gonna put on a little dubbing ball at the bottom here, and all that's designed to do is just to split the biots up.
There's 2 different things. The press the bottom right one is one you want to print.
That one, yeah. Okay. So we got that in there. We're going to tie on our bottom set of biots. And I want them to be about a little bit longer than half the shank of the hook. Something like that.
Oh, fish. I can't wait.
My mom packed up some reviews.
You paid for that or what? Scotty boy?
I did. That's besides the point.
So we're going to tie it, got the other biot on there. You can tie them on at the same time. I prefer not to. Every time I try to tie them on at the same time, I end up, it seems like make more work for myself. So we'll secure those down. And I'll just run them up a little bit just to make sure that they're on there nice and solid. And now I'm going to tie on my floss at the top. And I just stretch it as I bring it back to keep it.
You want to catch a spring on the fly rod?
Yes, I do. I want to bring my 9-wood out there.
Dude, I've got my 8 with me, my big Redington. I've got tons of line on it. Scott, if you want to give it a go tonight, man, I'll just put a big bucktail back there instead of running a spoon. Do you want to do that?
That'd be cool. That would be so cool. Catching a spring on a fly rod.
We did last year. You know what? Of all people, it was my wife, and we hit it on a 6-weight, 10-foot fly rod, and my wife is really new to fly fishing, period. I mean, single action reel, period. That thing will bust you up.
I'd go for
And
it.
she did really well. At one point, that rod, my 6-weight fly rod, was molded to the bottom of my boat while it's screaming line.
Oh yeah.
Let it drag.
Let it go.
Drag.
Okay, so we're gonna put our dubbing on here. Want to start?
I guess you never saw that reel. I thought the old man.
No, I never did.
Oh, it's sweet.
Sick.
I know it is. I can't wait.
What was that? The MRX?
What's that?
The MRX? Is that what it was?
MR3?
MR3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are sick rails.
A little bit more dubbing, get us up
Line
to,
on it looks beautiful too.
to form the full body. What are we doing there? Okay. There we go. That looks pretty good. We'll just pick it out a little bit, make it look a little bit more buggy. That's a word. I don't think it is. Then we're gonna wrap our floss up, give us our segmentation. There we go. Wrapping. Tie that off, flip it off. I usually just stretch it a little bit, makes it nice and neat. Okay, now we're going to put on our next set of biots. And I want these to be basically about just shorter than the end of the tail. Okay, there we go. Got our second biot in. Oh, no, maybe we don't. Oop, just adjust your length. I pulled that one a little bit too hard. Okay, there we go. Get those pieces off. They don't have to be super tight. You're going to put a collar on there anyways. And then we're going to put on a little bit of black ice dub. Oh, you're coming back. Okay, good to see you're back.
I'm just, while you're doing that, getting ready for this evening. Invincible.
Putting on a little bit of UV dub.
Cool. You hear us all hustling in the background.
Yeah, the boys are all getting ready to go spring fishing, so they're doing stuff. I'm not going.
Trust me, you'll hear all about it.
I'm sure I will. So once you have the basic shape that you want of your thorax, and I want it to be a little bit bigger than the rest of the body, continue to taper up so that we start nice and thin and build up as we go up. We're just going to tie that off very quickly. And at this point, it's basically done. You don't have to...
You're just tying this to your fly line?
You don't have to do anything more. It's totally fishable at this point. What I like to do is I like to add a little hot spot, and I could dub it. If I had red dubbing right now, I would have used red dubbing, but I don't have any red dubbing, so we put on a little hot spot. Something like that.
I must say to viewers, it's 100 times better doing this live than it does watching any of the replays.
No, down.
Hold it down.
Yeah.
That thing looks disgustingly sick.
Okay, so it's a little whip finish, a little head cement, just over the last little bit of thread, just to make sure that your thread doesn't come loose. I say that I don't have any, so I think we're ready to go. We've got that done. There we go. There's our fly. A Black Biot Nymph, Czech style nymph. Brad's sucking on something right now. I don't know what the hell he's doing over there.
Tying a leader on.
Oh, he's tying a leader on. Looks like he's sucking on something over there. But
Take you up top there, Scott.
okay, let's go. Okay, well, Friday night flies. Scotty Holmes tying up a recipe for the weekend. Like I said, it's river fishing around Pemberton is not so big right now, so it's not the recipe for the weekend this weekend, but it's going to be the recipe for a weekend very, very shortly. Yeah, it's been a great week of fishing. We're going to be tying into some really big fish soon, so you're going to get a chance to see some really big fish pictures as Brad packs some more gear in his pockets, ready to go.
We're ready to go here.
We're ready to go. So Friday night flies. Scotty's home signing off for tonight. Come back next week, and we'll be tying up some more recipes for the weekend, showing some more big fish pictures as always, and looking forward to fishing. Friday night flies.
Check out our video from last week.
And check out the video from last week on Burger Lake. It's awesome. It's like 14 minutes. 10 fish.
Then you get to see a little bit more Scotty Holmes, the handsome man.
A little bit more stuff.
Showing a little bit more excitement than he did tonight.
Yeah. Scotty Holmes, Friday Night Flies. Turn that camera off now.